Hello and welcome, friends of Sudoku, to an expert puzzle by LPEs. As always, I should remind you that I'm not in charge of classifying these puzzles. Whether we find them to be expert or hard or even easy is entirely up to us. I just enjoy solving those, and that's all there is to it. Today is February the 16th. You will not see this puzzle today. You will see it at a later date. I will upload it and store it on YouTube to be released on one of those days when I'm otherwise occupied and when I can't record anything. That out of the way, let's have a look at the sevens in the right suit. We have sevens here blocking like so, and we have a 7 blocking here. This must be a 7. You have a couple of 9s blocking here, and this 9 blocks here. So here's a 9. We have 8s blocking across and up, and 8 must go here. We have 2s blocking here and here and here, and here. Here's a 2. These 2s block across, and this 2 blocks up. Here's another 2. And I think we can find one more, yes. 2s block across here and down here. 2 here. The last 2s I can't solve yet. We're going to need a 2 either here or here and either here or here. They'll have to wait. This square is pretty congested, isn't it? It can't be a 2, 3, or a 7. So it must be a 1 or a 4. We also have 1 and 4 blocking across here and 1 blocking up here. So yes, it's a 1 or a 4. I'm afraid, though, that is as close as I can get. We will have a 9 either here or here, because this 9 blocks down. One of these must be a 9 blocking across, and this 9 also blocks across. Just something to keep in mind. And beside the 9, we're going to have a 7, because we have a 7 here and here blocking across. So these two squares must be a 7 and a 9. So a 1, 3, and a 5 for these squares here, which I can't solve yet. But if we look at it from a different angle, we can see that the 7 and 9 here rule out anything else, of course. Now we have a 1, 8, and a 5 blocking here and here. So we know that these three squares have got to be an 8, 5, and a 1. Therefore, these must be a 6 and a 4. Now that's a lot to keep in short-term memory, because now we know that one of these must be a 6. And we know that 1 and 4 block across here still. This is a little foggy, I think. But I need to keep this in mind. This must be a 3 or a 7, however. Don't really seem to be able to get on with this. This is a 7 or this is a 7. That's clear. These two squares must be an 8 and a 9. And I can say this because we have an 8 and a 9 blocking here. And we have an 8 and a 9 blocking here. So yes, 8 and 9 must go here. And that, of course, rules out a 1 for these two squares. And we have a 1 blocking down here and over here and over here. So this is a 1. The 4 blocks down here. So we've got to have a 4 here or here blocking up. So in addition to a 1, we are going to have a 4 in two of these three cells here. This has got to be a 2. This 2 blocks here. This 2 blocks here, this 2 blocks here. So yes, here's a 2. These 2's block across. This 2 blocks down. So the final 2 for today goes here. 3, 4, 5 here. 3, 5, 6 here. 6 blocks up, 6 blocks over, 6 must go here. We do remember, I'm sure, that these two must be a 6 and a 4. So the 6 now forces a 4 to go here and the 6 here. These 4s block here. Here's a 4. See how neatly our 1, 5, 8 also appear here. These 3 squares also have got to be a 1, 5, and an 8. All we can say is that this is a 1 or a 5 because the 8 already blocks this square. 3 and 5 here now. 5 blocks here. Here's a 3. Here's a 5. 8, 9, 4, 3. Therefore, a 5, 6 here. 6 blocks. Here's a 5. Here's a 6. The square can only be a 5. And now a 1 and a 3 for these two squares. The 3 blocks over. Here's a 1 and here's a 3. That looks about right. Remembering that these are 7, 9, we know that this must be a 1. Here is a small observation. This 7 blocks here, this 7 blocks here. So it's clear now that one of these must be a 7 blocking across. This 7 blocks across. So look at this. One of these two squares must be a 7. And remember which other two squares must be a 7? Here or here. So where now can we place a 7 in column 2? Clearly not here, 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 and here. It must go here. We need a 6 for one of these cells here. This 6 blocks here, this 6 blocks here. So here's a 6. This 6 blocks down, this blocks down, this blocks over, and this blocks over. 6 here. 1 and 4 here. The 1 blocks up, giving me a 4 like so, and a 1 like so. 2 1s block across, 1 blocks down. Here's a 1. 5 and 8 here now, remember? Also 5 and 8 here. We found this 6 which blocks across. We have this 6 blocking up, so here's a 6. Now 4, 7, and 3 for these squares. 3 blocks up, so this is a 4, 7. 4 blocks over 3, 7. Not sure about that. We can do something for these empty squares. We need to find a 3, 5, 8, and a 9. There's a 5, 8, and a 9. They all block this square. It must be a 3. Now we can figure out what these two are because we know that these must be a 1, 5, and a 7. The 1 and a 7, of course, force a 5 to go here. The 1 forces a 7 to go here, and this must be a 1. Let me do this 7 before I forget it, because this 7 blocks down, this 7 blocks over, this 7 blocks over, this 7 blocks down. Now let me get back to these two. They must be a 4 and a 3. The 3 blocks up, here's a 4, here's a 3, and here therefore is a 7. 7 blocks down here. Now we know this is a 9 and this is a 7. Still a 5, 8 here. Also a 5, 8 here. This can only be a 3. We need a 4 for this row. Remember how these are 4 and 3? So we can't have a 4 here. We can't have a 4 here. We can't have a 4 here. So we must have a 4 here. Logic is just so wonderful, isn't it? 3, 5, 9. We can't do anything about that yet. 5, 8, 9 here. No, all we can say is a 9. A 9 must go here or here, and therefore here or here. We're also going to have an 8 either here or here. We know this is an 8, 9, don't we? And we know this is an 8, 9 because this is also an 8, 9. So we got 8, 9 here and 8, 9 here. That leaves 3 squares to figure out, and they can't be 8, 9. They must be a 3, 4, and a 5. We have a 3 and a 4 here, so this must be a 5. Now this is an 8, and this is a 5. Which blocks across? Now we have a 5 here. 5s and 5s block down, 5 blocks across, 5 here. 8 and 9 here, 9 blocks down, 8 here, 9 here. 9 blocks across, 9 blocks down, 9 here, therefore an 8 here. And an 8 here and a 9 here. We already went over this, so there's no real reason for us to analyze it again. 3, 4, 3, 4. 3, 4, not 3, 4. Unique rectangle strikes again. But we can deal with this issue without even thinking about a unique rectangle because this 8 blocks here and this 8 blocks here, so this is an 8. This 4 blocks down, therefore we do have a 4 here and a 3 here and a 3 here and a 4 here. This 3 forces a 3 to go here, and this square must be a 9. That's it. Thank you for watching, and please come back for more soon. Bye for now.